everyone. Welcome back to the FIDE Candidates 2026, and this time in this video I'll be going to round number 9, which just happened yesterday. And so this is just a quick recap. The men's game is between Fabiano Caruana with the white pieces and Anish Giri with the black pieces. And Javokhir drew yesterday, by the way, so he is completely winning in the tournament with 7 out of 9, I think, because he also drew today. Yeah. So let's start. Fabiano with the white pieces plays pawn to e4 and e5 played by Anishkari, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4. This is the Italian game. If you're a beginner, it's very recommended. Also, you must play bishop c5, the Guico piano game where castle, knight f6, just develop your pieces. Simple d3, and then castles, knight bd2 was played. If I was a you, I would just play bishop to g5, just developing, then maybe play knight c3 and come here. I see he has ideas of going maybe c3, d4 later on, maybe putting the bishop on b2 with b3 and bishop to b2. And then after that, d6 was played and the move c3, as I was saying. And then Anish Karim and a5. So a5 is not the main move here. It's usually a6 according to what I know, or h6. But he played a5, which is, yeah, the computer likes it. Okay. h3, bishop develops to e6, and you don't have to take. You don't have to take. Bishop to b5. She just goes away, so she doesn't like. She wants a light squared bishop. Well, also that was Anushka's light squared bishop, but okay. And bishop to a7 is played back. So now rook e1, knight to e7, and I just play a few moves. d4 gets on the board and knight to h5. Knight goes back to f1 to go to g3. And Adishkari taking a bit of an advantage, moving his knight to h4 to f4 from the h file. Knight g3, which was planned by Fabiano, but now he gets the bishop. So Anishkari's got a bishop and goes for his minority attack. That's where you bring one pawn. a4 is played. d5. d5 was a bit of a mistake from Fabiano because a bishop d7 apparently is better, as you kind of lock the center and the bishop does become active. Like, I would like black in this position, especially with the pawn, maybe trying to go a3, like maybe go bishop b6 a3, and then bishop c5, f6 to block it, attacking the queen. Bishop goes back to e3, takes, f takes, and b5. So already Anishkari trying to get some counterplay, and Passan, that's real. A takes back and queen to b8, defending the pawn. c4 by Fabiano. Queen goes to b6. And from here there was knight f5, rook f to e8, and this was a mistake, not a really big mistake. Knight 3 to h3 was a mistake because of b4, locking this up, and this pawn is just strong, and the like you're gonna go c6 and then the bishop's gonna come in. And this pawn has no result. That's the point. King to h2 played by Fabiano. And then Anish Giri plays rook a3. I mean not rook. Yeah, he plays rook a3. This is the best move. Although knight takes h4 would be better according to the computer. Not knight takes h3. That's illegal move. Don't play that, please. Knight takes h4. But rook to a3 is also a really good move that I like. Rook a b1. You have to defend this one. And now Fabiano just got into his defensive mode, and he needs to win if he wants to take on Sindarov, Javokhir Sindarov, as he just lost to Hikaru Nakamura in the last round with black, and he's playing white this game. Queen to d1. And after that, they trade knights, and the rook comes in. And Anish Giri just trying to grind. Queen to d3 is a mistake because of rook to b2. Rook b2 is a really good move. I don't even really know why. I think there's even a bishop sack, I guess. I genuinely think a bishop sack would be cool. No, not there. Like here, you go b2, but I don't know. But he played bishop to g6, and then there was a simple rook a1, which is a mistake by Fabiano because he has to go rook to b2 here. The computer just really loves it, but he took the second best move. It's a human move. Knight takes back, and he played c5. So c5 wasn't the best move. It's a kind of mistake by Anish Giri. And computer likes queen a5, hitting the knight, and then like yeah, eventually getting in. So he played c5, kind of a human move. King to g3, and king to g3 is just a mistake. Like queen a7, queen a7, you can defend, but now you go h5, This is just better because of king h6. King to h6. Look, check. Fabiano takes. You would move the bishop. Like, don't even lie. You're gonna move the bishop to f7. Wait, e8. I don't think you'll move it. I don't think you'll blunder. I think I know you guys are not that bad as me. See, king h6 is a brilliant move by Nishkiri. Because, okay, here the move recommended. King to f3. Okay, wait, that's not a human move for you guys. Fg6, you go e4, blocking the queen. And I don't know what if the queen moves somewhere and just wait, queen e2 and yeah, queen g5 mate. Yeah, this mate. And what else can be played other than king h6? So yeah, king h6 is the move. After king h6, there's also king f3 running away. If king f3 running away, you go e4 check and you win the queen. So you wouldn't do that. Another move could be maybe f6, but then you just take. And then, like, the computer wants you to even sack because if you like move somewhere, you you just gonna queen bishop. Yeah, bishop h5 was actually made here. Like king h6, just avoiding the check. That's the point of this move, and that was just brilliant because you're gonna try go queen g5 and then get mate. And then like this knight is stuck. That was also a big problem. Like if you move your knight anywhere, you just go bishop h5 mate. Like that was absolutely silent. You can't take because of no wait, wrong way. Yeah, king h6. If you take, you just go e4 and you block the queen and the queen. If the queen, the computer likes king f4, king f4, queen e5 check, king g4, queen g5 mate. That's the point. So you don't even have to take the queen. Like king h, just a brutal move, and Fabiano immediately resigned. So that was a good play by Nishkiri. He beat Fabiano. Now Javokhir, the tournament in his hands. Fabiano lost again. Again. So like, no. What are you gonna do? Let's move on to the women's game. So with white pieces, Ju Jenner, oh no, it's not Ju, Zu Jenner is versing Katerina Lagno. I'm gonna call Jenner and Lagno. So Zu with the white pieces plays knight f3, direct opening, d5 played by Lagno, e3, and this is a nice line, bishop b2, just developing castles, bishop d6, and d4 is just the only move. It's not really a great move, guys, okay? Actually, yeah, instead of d4, okay, yeah, d4 is probably the only move. And after that, b6, the best move is cd4, you just want to take towards the center. And then c4 was played, bishop went to b7. And in this case, you just have to take here, which is exactly that. C takes, e takes, and knight develops to c3. After that, you have no castles, and they play a few moves, trade pieces, bishop to d3 by Zoo. And the position just gets better. Like after knight e5, you just rook e1 was not the best move. You could have just taken, and like if the rook takes, you just yeah. So look, so if you takes, why do I keep wait takes? Rook takes, queen f3, you're gonna come in, you're gonna most probably win rook e1, queen d7. Knight goes back to c3, and finally takes trade queens, but now this is just better, e4. And that's just a mistake. This bishop takes back. And you're hitting this bishop now, you're gonna get the pawn eventually. If what? Rook e d8. You just what do you play? King f1, okay. Takes, that's a mistake. After a5, you have rook d5, hitting the pawns. Great move by Zujiner. Now Lagnos was at a4. You just take. There's no mate. Okay, rook b8 hitting the pawn. You go rook g4, g5 check. And she went back to g3 to defend the pawn. Same stuff. Simple chess. You up a pawn. Knight versus bishop. Rook g3 pinning. And you take the pawn. Now just completely winning. Like, come on. You up a pawn. And yeah, she just gave up the bishop, because if the bishop moves, like what are you gonna do here? No wait, it's after this. Yeah, she trapped the bishop. That was the point. King to g6 and Zujina just won the endgame on move 46. Lagna resigned. So that was the only I think win draw. No, I think yeah, Vaishali beat Divya. So now Vaishali and Zujiner. So Vaishali Ramesh Babu and Zujiner are leading the tournament for the women's and Zidra with men's. So that was not a really good game. Like Lagno didn't play that good really with the black pieces, and Zujina capitalized on her advantage. And yeah, that was just brilliant play by Nishikori against Fabiano Caruana. Unlucky for him, for Fabiano. So yeah, that's it, I guess, for today's video. I just wanted to show you those two games. Please keep improving your chess, and yeah, that's it. Goodbye.